know if I could be heard.
I'm like, I do that with right
I'm like, what the fuck? My feeling, all I like is counting dubs and the money that's stacking up. Bitch, I like this money, like this green. You will never catch me on the sea. I fuck with the geekers and the fiend. If they said, how are you doing? Like, how are you moving? They wanna know my flow. How do you get all these bitches? I got all these bitches, they wanna see my hoes. All of these niggas some lame, these niggas some pussy, these niggas get fucking roasted. All of you niggas the same, you niggas some burgers, you niggas get Texas toasted.
All right, good morning, niggas. I'm actually just gonna hold this today. I'm not gonna play around. Come on, rapper. Yeah, what it do? All right, I'm reading One Piece. This is the week that I chose to read it. It better not be mid. I was okay with the last couple of chapters. There was fighting. All right. Last chapter. What happened last chapter? Kid in Law. Yeah, Kid in Law was going at Big Mom. I was enjoying that. It's good. It's not the dream fight that I wanted in my head, but that's because that was my expectation. Doesn't mean that's how it has to play out in the manga. But it's they're fighting, man. They're fighting. That's all I ever wanted. you guys, you guys have heard me for the last 3 months talking about. I want what we had on the roof. That's what I'm here for. All of this talking and Mononosuke. Yeah, dude, I, don't- I don't know if I can hold the island back. I'm not here for this. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Throw some fucking hands. This is a goddamn war. Anyways, let me add this to the layout and then I'm start reading. But no, I like that last chapter though actually. The other chapter that I remember liking was the chapter where Kaido turns up mid battle, like they're on the roof, they were fighting, and Kaido like was like, "I'm gonna celebrate, I'm gonna get drunk." I didn't mind that. That was okay. Thought it was still a little. It's One Piece, It's like goofy, but hey, he gets drunk, he fights, and he's kind of a drunken master. So I'm not mad at that. Kaido be turning up. He likes his liquor. It's okay. Cool. I'm cool with that. All right. Luffy was like, bro, you better not use that for as an excuse if I beat that ass. I'm like, that's my nigga. He be talking shit. Yes, sir. Luffy talking about yeah. They were fun. Yeah, drunk Kaido was fun, but no, I had no problem with it. I was like, this is a little jarring, but I'm like, first of all, where did that sake come from? But it's okay. I play video games. You got the video game pocket where you just pull any and everything out of. It is what it is. All right. But no, sorry. Before I'll forget if I don't say this now, I'll forget. It's a very small thing. What's up, high and low? It's a very small thing. It's nothing crazy. I'm not going like, oh, that's a genius. But I do like the contrast of the types of fights that Big Mom, Kid, and Law are having, as opposed to what's happening on the rooftop. Because the rooftop is a physical fight. It's a brawl. These guys are punching and kicking each other. It's a more simplistic battle, but it's a high level hockey battle, which I can appreciate. I'm okay with characters kind of finding their way to the top without necessarily being the best at hockey. I still think you should have it, and it should be you should have a certain level of proficiency. But Queen, for example, being there because of his devil fruit and cybernetic enhancements is something that I'm totally okay with. I don't need him to be hockey man, everyone to be hockey man, so to speak. So, seeing that Big Mom, Law, and Kid, they're mostly having a devil fruit battle is interesting to me. I like that. I'm okay with that. Anywho. All right, let's get into it though. I loved that he said that too. Yeah, Luffy's like, bro, that better not be an excuse. But let's get it. Okay, so it's called falling on deaf ears. Oh wait, is that Big Mom choking the shit out of the German? They're remembering. That's wait, they're nailed. Wait, they're nailed. What's going on? Germa cold-blooded voyage 4, a creature that science can overcome. What the fuck is going on? Interesting. Okay, so damned punk. That looks kind of like a beam. Or is it continuous junk that he's firing at her? I'm not sure, but it looks cool. They on the cross, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, goddamn, it's not looking good over there. They got nailed like Jesus. I mean, not this blasphemy or something. So current location. So Law really did split the island, and that so they could send Big Mom to the depths if she falls straight down. Okay. So hold on. So it looks like he shot a nail in her chest, and then whatever it is, it's like, okay, she's smiling. He grunts. You damn brats! What? She wasn't blown away? That's not enough power to put her down? Her hands are kind of like, okay, hold on. You gotta be kidding me. She's taking it. Damn it, the two of them are already at their limit. I'll let you choose your fate. When this attack is done tickling me. Oh my god. You can either give me, you can either, wait, wow. English. You can either give me 50 years of your lifespans, or you can live on as my slaves. Using soul focus. Life or slave. Oh crap, she's using soul focus. Boss, maybe we should all fall back. Kid's just like, gosh, she's stealing our lifespans too. Doesn't she look? She doesn't look like she's anywhere near death's door. What a monster! I don't know. It's like, Captain, we got to get out of here, huh? You guys go ahead. So nonchalant. You think the last gasp of an old windbag scare me? Our room, bro. Room. Our what's? See now, I want to know if this is a medical thing that I just don't know about, and I'm just ignorant because most of his attacks are related to medical procedures, medical thought processes, thought experiments, and utensils. But okay, our room. Your desk reaches are doing my ears in. Their souls aren't coming out. She's an emperor. They're not scared at all? Nigga, are you guys serious? Hold on. Hold on tight, mama. I'll save you. I'll handle this just like the man who saved my life. He tosses it. Damned emperor. You don't know when to quit. I'm sending you packing straight to hell, says kid. Silence. Huh? There's no. Oh, he hit him with the with the Roshinate. That's what you meant. Okay, okay. No sound. You said die in there silently. You screaming too damn loud. All right, I see law raw, bro. This is. I don't care. No one tells me, man. The open on me is one of the coolest abilities I've ever seen in fiction. And I've seen a lot of cool abilities, man. I read comics. I play all types of games. I've seen tons of cool. This is top 5. It'll never not be. It's one of the greatest abilities I ever seen. I don't care what no one says. It's so raw. I can't hear you. Mama, Captain, look out. Have another. Damn the punk. So he's firing even more. Lasso busted. I feel that. He's firing the cannon. Look at Law. Look at Law's hit the step back. Okay. She just ended up checking the sound barrier getting hit, but like I can't tell if kid's hurting her or just pushing her downwards. That's the thing. That's what's a little confusing to me. Hold on one guy. I just realized that my Discord bot didn't do its damn job and tell people. But now Law, nah, I can't. But I can't tell you. I can't tell if kid is hurting her. But you know, it is what it is. But Law's abilities, I say kid. I don't kid if I say, but Law's abilities is one of my favorites I've ever seen. Like I have like all fiction in there. If anyone likes Madaka Box, that's a really good one. Um, Minority World is a cool one. If you like Toriko, that's a cool ability. I mean, I'm keeping it manga. There's tons of stands abilities I really like a lot too. But yeah, open on me up there. So, Prometheus, Hera, what are you doing? Come help me. They can't hear you, bro. Oh shoot, she fell through. She does like that barrier almost looks like it's protecting her, but it's not. Big Mom, why didn't that make any noise? So even her crashing through me, it's like it's soundless in general. That's crazy. I say that's crazily. That's crazy. Nothing I touch makes a sound. She looks like she's perfectly okay because look, she flips around midair and tries to grab onto something, but that's a bomb, right? It explodes. She's okay. Oh, ooh, Yamato blocked that. Okay. The title. I'm so glad. Wow, stop that. You'll set off the other bombs. Ooh, is that Orochi? Not Orochi. What's his name? Oh my god. What's the weird looking guy who used to steal hair? Conjuro. Whoa. I just drew a blank. Bad. I almost like Kinemon too. Worst arc for me, easy. Yeah, I'm listen, man. It is what it is. Yeah, so that stupid painting aberration thing got done in by the explosion, I guess. Damn it. It's all your fault. Cough. Oh, she took damage from the bomb, I guess. The bear's still around here. Are you listening, Roger? Oh shit. Why did you have to go and say all that? The whole world bought it. The Great Pirate Era? Your time was up, so it didn't affect you. But those brats came flooding in looking for the chance to shine, and you left us to deal with it. Hold on. Oh no no no! I I was not paying attention. Yo, Zoro, are you good, bro? Yo, get up, my nigga. Like you about to fall to your death. The mountain the mountain thing is just friggin' breaking under him. I did not even. I almost didn't even notice that. I really did. I really almost passed that. Sorry, that's why I'm laughing because cause I'm like, what the fuck? The least you could have done is tell us about the One Piece before you croaked. It's real, right? Yeah, Whitebeard confirmed. Wow. Oh, she's still. So is she still skeptical if it's real or not? She don't even know what she's doing. This bitch goofy. Water. I need water. Oh, finally this fight's over. Raizo and penis head guy Fukudoku Juku earlobes. It's finally over. Thank God. Jesus Christ Almighty. See you in Elfbath, Big Mom? Yeah, I don't think. Like, okay, hold on. Let me finish the chapter. What is it? Where is it? Does this country hold some of the answers? So frustrating. Kid La, I'll never forgive you for this. You better not think this is enough to kill me. This is One Piece. No one dies. So you better not die from this. So Emperor, Big Mom versus the new generation live battle floor victors. Eustace, Captain Kidd, and the Surgeon of Death, Trafalgar Law. And she hits the ground, explodes. I don't know how deep that hole that puncture Willie made into actual Wano or the flower cap. No, yeah, I guess flower capital because they're in Onigashima. I don't know how deep that went. Imagine Raizo's fight lasted longer than the Emperor. Hey man, they were playing chicken. They said, "You gonna burn first? No, you're gonna burn first. 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 No, you're gonna burn first." And they just did that for like 3 hours. I guess I don't know. Zoro going to Soul Society. So look at them. They're tired. They defeated Big Mom. This is huge. This is really huge. Are they gonna go help Luffy now? Boss, Captain, oh Yamato, Mononosuke-kun, why is there a hole here in that basement? Yeah, one of those bombs went after us now. Thankfully, I was able to freeze the others before the whole armory blew. Oh yeah, because she has that other form, the Makima, Mashi. What is she again? Some some rat. I called her a rat. I don't know what she is. I don't remember. I know she could transform. She got Mythical Zone. Slenderville is struggling to live up to his name with that keyboard. Can't wait for the greatest battle of Big Mom versus Momo. Allow it. And people wanted to say Big Mom couldn't lose. Yeah, I guess. Uh, I'll get to that. Let me just finish the chapter. Tsushima is getting pretty close now. Yeah, Momo could talk to it. What? You mean the elephant Oda mentioned in the journal? Exactly. It committed a serious crime 800 years ago, back when it was Joy Boy's companion. Break next week. So if there's a break next week, I should probably do the Dressrosa saga stream. I'll see though. I mean, what date is next Friday though? I don't want to put too much on my plate. No, it's the weekend after is it's the weekend I'm not available. But okay. All right, let's talk about the chapter. So Big Mom lost. I don't know if Big Mom's unconscious or like actually down for the count. This is more like a ring out loss to me. Almost similar to what they tried to do in the rooftop, which still to me would have been an L when they put the little metal around her and flinged her off. But I think Hera might have saved her or Prometheus. I don't remember who saved her, but like that's like Soul Calibur. A ring out loss is still a loss to me. So but they didn't like beat her in the sense that they beat her unconscious, I guess is the takeaway here. But I have to see. I'll have to see the aftermath. Like, is Big Mom like trapped, still falling? Is she okay? Did she get back up, but she can't get to the to Onigashima? We'll have to see. But they won. They won. Give them credit. So it's a W. These One Piece fodder dialogues, man. This is a loss, hyper generous. There's no ring in this fight. Is it Glam? Oda himself came out like a ref and gave the decision. The game, and the winner is Kido Law. Oda can say whatever he likes. Author words got no sway over Law. Fair enough. Law is the MVP of the arc of the fight. Law, from what I could understand, right? So from my interpretation, it looked to me like Law was the one doing the most actual damage. Like Kid's attack had enough force to hit Big Mom back a lot of the times, like the bull and all those things, but I don't know if it was legitimately hurting her. I couldn't really tell. The little SN thing he did was cool when she ended up like using the bricks as like a backpack to like a shield to like whatever, but yeah, it looked but like I guess but kids still had a role to play. But you know, you're done with book 2 of East of West. I saw your tweet last night. I was like mad tired. I'm gonna talk to you about it though. We'll talk about the House of Mao, the Greatness chapter. You saw issue 22. You see what they did. How many words were in that chapter, bro? You knew exactly what was going on. Tagashi a bum, bro. Anyways, Tagashi Stray in a One Piece and East and West dialogue. But yeah, the common statement that people made the chapters that Big Mom hasn't gotten into awakening yet. Do we know for a fact she can do it though? What if she can't? What if she actually can't do it and she's that strong without being awakened? I'm I'm not saying she's not awakened. I'm actually being legitimate. What if she's just not? That's not an impossibility. She could be that strong and never even, maybe she awakens it now. I don't know. But we're not gonna hate on Kid anymore. I'm definitely gonna hate on Kid, but you guys don't have to. If this was enough for you guys and you were impressed by his showcase here, then go ahead, praise him all you want. I still think he's a bum, but Law's not. Law's that nigga. Law's stock has risen for me this arc. If there's any takeaway from Naya's Wano journey, Law's stock has risen. So, yeah. I'm so confused in a couple of things. Big Mom's homies are sentient, so why do they need commands to help come to? I'm also so confused on how Lost Sword actually extends. I would actually understand if a room was extended, but every panel it was the actual sword. I don't have the answers. I don't know why he could do that. I don't know if that's his awakening. I don't know if Puncture Willie is some extendo scalpel technique doctors be using. I don't know. I think I'll look into it to see if those awakened techniques he used has anything to do with medicine or anything to do with the medical field because most of his attacks do relate to medicine and doctorism, doctoring. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It is one of the strangest things that he's done. But I mean, his powers are he's just his power set is crazy already. So I don't know. He can switch bodies and all kinds of stuff. Teleport. Also, Kid is still getting slandered. He did nothing. Oh, okay. I think that's kind of well deserved. I will I if I was really a diehard Kid fan right now, I would be not that impressed. Like personally speaking, like I don't know. I don't know what Kid fans are thinking. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they're expecting. I wanted the kid to be like Luffy's equal rival type thing. I would say if you want to say Law and Kid in conjunction equal Luffy, I'm okay with that. But Luffy is far more impressive than both of them on an individual standpoint. That all being said, Kaido is a much simpler person to fight due to the fact that he's a Zoan and he's a brawler. Where Big Mom has homies and soul shit and all, and then she laser swords and mazer swords and sentient at inanimate objects, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? So like, she's a little harder to deal with from just a power set standpoint. So that's not lost on me. It's the lost version of Starfinger. There you go. There you go. It's perfect. Star Platinum did that like twice and never did that shit again. So now I'm indifferent to Kid instead of slanderous. That's fair. I think that might be my takeaway. Like if that was enough for you, like, oh, Kid's the best, metal, I love it. Oh yeah, good for you. I'm just like, yeah, I like Law. That's my takeaway. Law Raw. So yes, you need to read East and West, man. That's my favorite image. That's my favorite completed image series. by far. Not by far. Low and Monstrous could take its throne. Low was close, but Low's really good. But nah, they don't got Shao Lian. They don't got Death. They don't got Archibald. They don't got Chamberlain. That shit too gas, man. Kid is a better version of Frankie. That's crazy because that made sense to me. But when you say better, he's stronger himself. I don't know if them machines better though. Let's talk about it. But then again, kids making this out of junk. I guess I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys. He even got a radical beam, but it's not even as good as a beam. So is that a beam? Is that lightning? Is that an electromagnetic wave? Is he shooting a bunch of junk at her so fast it looks like a beam? What is he even doing? I just finished Paper Girls last night. It was quite enjoyable. I like Paper Girls. Paper Girls. I have to reread that because Brian K. Vaughn's one of my favorites. So, him and thing. That's just Chang. Jesus Christ. What's the artist name right now? I can't remember. But I was a little. Honestly say I was a little disappointed somewhat in the end game ish. Not the literal ending, but more so some of the stuff that happened in the final volume. But I enjoyed Paper Girls for what it was. One thing about these series too is since they're not you're not spending hours upon days upon months reading it. You read like 30 issues, 30 chapters, if you will, and you're kind of done. Even if you didn't enjoy it to that degree, it didn't take you that much time. You know what I'm saying? So, but it makes me very happy that you guys are actually here reading comics. I know some of y'all are reading Low, Monstrous, things are reading East to West. I see some of you guys, some of y'all were DMing me about Deadly Class and Wayward. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Kid fought against a character that was weak against and still did good damage. Took some of the most damage in the arc. Law had a better showcase, but Law had a better matchup. Well, Law doesn't. I don't think Law has a bad matchup. That's why like I don't remember when. I don't remember which because I was on Brago's top 30 stream. Was it twice or three times? I don't know. But one time I was trying to make the case that Law always has a chance in any fight that he's in, even if he's completely outclassed in the power sense. We did learn a bit about the Conqueror's hockey thing later. It's how you couldn't just displace him as we want because their Conqueror's hockey was protecting him. So there was that little extra tidbit and caveat. But Law always has a fighting chance or an escaping chance. Is basically my biggest takeaway from him. I'm like, bro, no matter who he's up against, he could win or get away or do some damage or discombobulate them to do it. Like he can always do something. He's never useless, and his ability kind of naturally bypasses their natural defenses by being able to attack you internally. So that's fair. That's well taken, but kids techniques to me just seem to be like I hit them hard with metal, it don't work. What if I make bigger metal and try hit harder? It's just like not that impressive to me. I don't know what to tell you. I have seen magnetism be used in much more creative and interesting ways. One thing I will say that I like his constructs. I like that he has Green Lantern constructs. He just be making shit out of junk ass metal and making it work for him. And I've always wondered because I think he made a joke with Glam about the Wapol metal. I wonder because he always says it's junk anyways. Does the quality of metal that he's using could that actually kind of increase and decrease the level of I guess defense and offense his attacks have? Like if he had like a very strong metal within the One Piece universe, say something a la vibranium or adamantium, would that be much better than him just using random swords and gun metal on the field? I don't know. So yeah, Ashu after getting a 2v by Dofi and an Admiral. Chamberlain, my God, the way he went up to that Bozo though, nah, he did nah. Chamberlain did this. Chamberlain's a character that we all really like because he's that nigga. He's cold and he be speaking facts, but he deserves to go out sad like a dog because he's a fucking piece of shit. He's not a good person. But I'm not mad at him for that. But he deserves to go out the way that he did. Like I actually like that he didn't get to have some grand send off like that. He should have died a dog's death, in my opinion. Big Mom stock plummeted along with her. Fair enough. Now glam, that is fact. There was a break in between here. Law literally stated that this would be his final attack, and he pulled off more than 5 attacks or something. Law could potentially take on anyone's ability so versatile it's hard to work against, especially if you don't know who he is. Buy followers. Who are you, man? You don't buy followers. Awakening to me is a state transformation instead of just a single technique, so I'm gonna let it slide. Okay. I think claiming kid did any damage is disingenuous. I don't even know if he did or didn't. I'm literally unsure. It didn't seem to me like he did. And Big Mom's statements are talking about laws attacks fucking her up, not kids. And she said, after you're done tickling me, how would you like to die? I don't know though. I don't have the answers. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to suggest. She broke Big Mom's arm. Law did that. Big Mom blocked the bull with arm. His sword was literally directly shocking through that broken arm. Law broke her ribs. Probably, I mean, what would happen if she had Wapo metal? I don't know. And Big Mom is only talking about Law's shockwave when you see her arm is broken as well. Why don't you stop hating and touch some grass? Go to what's up, Dritz? Mobile app won't let me kill the bot right now. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just let it rock. But yeah, I mean, I am interested. I might actually hop in some streams this week for once. I'm a hop in. I'll engage. I'll talk because I am a little interested to see what people are saying. Because I don't. I have a hard time believing any kid fan. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all take it, but how think y'all wanted this? Because I don't know how interesting of a character Kid really is or can be, but I'm here to see him fight, and I'm not impressed by his metal shenanigans. But my thoughts just joined. I mean, I can kind of give my general. I can go into my soliloquy. I haven't been the same since 10:30, Dritz. When Kinemon, Kiku, Conjuro all lived, I have not been the same. I was a defeated man. But so yeah, I don't know. I had not really enjoyed anything from that moment. I didn't care much for Sanji Queen. I didn't care for King and Zoro. Um, the only I actually did enjoy the last two chapters because they're fighting. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to fight. That's all I wanted for a while. So I like the last chapter, and I don't mind this chapter, even though they're not perfect. Only portion of a chapter I remember enjoying before that is when Luffy and Kaido were fighting on the rooftop, and Kaido was turning up mid battle. That's about it. Other than that, I kind of just pop in, I read, and I go on with my day. I haven't even live reacting until this week, so I took a break. But I still don't like Wano. This is my least favorite arc. If anyone asks about my opinion on Wano, it's it was only good when we leave. I like Law a lot more. That's it. That's my takeaways from Wano. Everything else, meh. Dickhead earlobes and Rizzo playing chicken inside the castle was not hitting. Yeah, you're gonna burn. Nah, you're gonna burn first. That wasn't moving me. I don't care about Momo. Um, I don't know, man. Drake got packed off screen. Ah, I haven't been the same since 10:30. I haven't. Kalam, did you recently buy East and West, or have you been sitting on those books? I think he's been sitting on them for a while. But I think he has the year one and two big compendiums. Even I don't have year two, so. Also, I didn't mean you were referring to kid defenders mainly. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what kid fans wanted. I don't think that was it. I still can't tell if he was hurting Big Mom or just pushing her back with the force of his attacks. It's it's like the Superman thing that I speak about sometimes, where you can hit him hard enough to push him back, but you're not actually physically hurting him. So I've been different on Twitter. Listen, I just speak my feelings. Like I know some people got mad at me because I was saying Tower of God stock is better than One Piece. I promised. I don't know what SIU. I don't know what brick SIU got hit with, but he's fixed up. He's going. He's been going in the right direction slowly but surely for like the last 16 chapters. It was not a joke. He's been incrementally going upwards. I'm proud of him. Can I get back to like peak 2 season Tower God? I don't know, but he's doing his damn thing. Oda lost his fucking mind. I don't know what he's doing. He's just doing shit. Oh, by the way, Zoro's dying. I almost missed that. Zoro is dying, bro. He put the fall off the cliff. Somebody go help that man. Hopefully, it ends by 10:50. I hope so too. Dickhead earlobes. Yeah, that's what he looks like. When I'm sitting on it, Pell could have took that explosion. Yeah, Pell the strongest, bro. Dude's out here making hour-long videos on the downfall of One Piece. when he should just read Kubera. He'll he'll. I think he'll pick up Kubera someday because I know he'll enjoy that. Is it crazy to think that Doji might be the only death in the war? Ash, damn, they killed my nigga Ashura Doji. That's it. He alive, bro. He's alive. Which is a big meanie. Don't be surprised when Doji. Ashura, yeah, I don't think he's dead. Like I don't think. I really don't think that anyone important is gonna die. If he was unwilling to do that with Kanjuro, Kinemon, and Kiku, I don't think he's gonna do it with Doji. Unless I don't know, it'd be weird. It's almost like the white because people are like Mule Love will die. I'm like, if that's how you're gonna kill Arya, he has no business killing Mule Love. So unfortunately, if the stakes that we're looking for from this war are deaths, I don't think we're getting that. I think we have to accept that at this point. I thought he would do what he did with Marineford. Like I will say that while Oda can be extremely formulaic, I think that he deviates from his formula when it matters the most. I think he did have a Marineford by having two major present time deaths being Ace and Whitebeard. So I thought for this arc against an Emperor, a Yonko, in a war on Onigashima, I thought he would deviate the same way. He didn't do that. I was wrong. So it is what it is. Conjuro gonna end up being alive again for the seventh time. I said that because of Jay. I love to see Conjuro go 4 for 4 on deaths and rebirths. Hey, why not? Armament explains everything. When Moria gonna revive Av and Whitebeard for the final war. I don't even Ace. Oh, I don't. I was hoping to get some more Moria stuff. Like what we got on the Pirate Bee Island was cool with Blackbeard, but I was hoping to see Moria get involved here because of this his rivalry with Kaido. But hey, it is what it is. It's honestly just a big question as to what Oda's actually going to do with some of his characters. Big Mom fucking sucks. Kid sucks, but is it intentional? I don't know. Oda can't handle his big cast. Yeah, I think he's lost control of the range of his. Like I would say, like Oda was good at handling a bunch of characters. Like he was good at handling the ever expansive cast for a long time. Almost like he was like a sleigh guy with a bunch of reindeer. And as like he kept making more and more characters, he's completely lost control, and they're the ones pulling him. I do believe by the way that he had Big Mom lose, I think he wants to bring her back. I don't know for Luffy for why, but hey, Luffy's fight against her, I guess, would be a little different because she's not the same type of combatant that Kaido is. The one thing that Luffy's got lucky with is that Kaido's a brawler and a Zoan, and that's the easiest type of person for him to fight. Punch, kick, projectile, if you will, but he's not doing anything crazy like manipulating souls and turning inanimate objects sentient and stuff like that, right? And she can heal by using soul focus or using some of her lifespan, absorbing lifespan. She can do a lot of really crazy stuff. But my question is, is he trying to use like Kid to propel him Kid to Luffy's level, or is Luffy just gonna be better than the rest of them? Because I don't like the idea that there wasn't a single supernova that was kind of rivaling Luffy, but I don't know, man. If it's not Kid, it's nobody. It's gotta be Law and Kid in conjunction. They I guess equal or tie Luffy, right? So I don't know, but I like Law a lot more. I'll tell you guys that much. He might be my favorite supernova now. I want to see if Oda has anything interesting he could do with Hawkins left, but if not, Law might be my favorite supernova now. I won't even lie to you. Big Mom just shouldn't have been in this arc. I kind of agree with that. Only saving grace is that if Shanks or Blackbird does something, I don't know what Big Mom's plans are. Feels like it's kind of weird to have her be a legitimate opponent when we just saw her get clapped up. I guess it depends on how you look at the fight, right? Because I would argue that this is a ring out, a ring out. Like if you're playing Soul Calibur, they won by a ring out. I don't know if she's unconscious. I don't know how much damage she actually took. I think Big Mom could get up, but like I don't know how deep those two holes are because like it goes from like Onigashima down to like actual Wano like flower capital. I know she's still falling, but I saw like an explosion, so I'm sure she stopped. I don't know how much damage she took. If she's unconscious, then I guess different, fair enough. But she did fall from a long distance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you see that as a legitimate ring, or like, or you don't see it as a legitimate win? Do you see it as a ring out? It depends on how you look at it, I think. Because I think that with Luffy, what you will get is that Luffy could just straight up fight her and damage her. So their fight would probably be a lot more straightforward instead of like, can you awaken? Kind of, but it's hard. Well, we're gonna use this last dish attack. It's like no, like I can just stand with you as an equal. I don't know. It depends on. I guess your perspective is gonna But I do think it was. I do think it was a strange decision. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think she's the one that what might come back. Because I would argue like reset everything right now and have Kid and Law do a rematch, and I don't know if they'll win again or fight somewhere where they couldn't just fling her off of an island. I don't know if they win again. So again, I think that's a matter of point of view. Hopefully, the big explosion gives her permanent amnesia. I would be sick. Dritz, don't forget that she fought like half her crew and they are nowhere to be seen. It feels like it was planned on the fly. They're gonna show up at the end of the arc. Luffy's way too far ahead of those novels to matter anymore. I think I agree with that. Like does Luffy blue no Big Mom next arc? Oof, I don't think he could. I don't even I'll be crazy. It's a fraudulent win for me, but it's kind of more about the feel of the story towards its characters. Big Mom doesn't seem special compared to Kaido in terms of Luffy need to progress to win. I get what you're saying. It makes sense to me. After everything that's happened, how do you make Big Mom seem like a necessary threat to Luffy when he's 1v1 Kaido? Oda essentially memed the F out of Big Mom again, but she's a serious opponent. It's a weird energy. If Nami's still using Zeus, then Big Mom isn't dead. I don't know how her fruit works. I don't think there is a safe way to really make Big Mom the level of threat he wants to make her. I guess the best thing that he could do with Big Mom is put her in a position to make her seem more threatening where she does something like perhaps she has somebody weak on his crew hostage or something. So it's like you better fight me, but also I got Usopp and Nami dangling over this poison pit. Like I don't know, like he's gonna have to do something extra like that to like kind of add a little extra stakes and tension. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. Like at this point, I'd rather move on to an Admiral or Blackbeard instead of really Big Mom. Like I'd rather have something else or someone else deal with Big Mom instead of Luffy and them interacting with her. But I'll be honest. There's a part of me that really does think she would get back up for this arc though. Like after Kaido goes down and escape or do something like steal the Poneglyph too or get the rubbing. Like I do think that's a possibility. I don't know though. I might be giving him too much credit deep down in my heart. Is it weird thinking about what Luffy said about taking her out after Kaido? I guess there's also the idea that what if she goes to Fishman Island to destroy Fishman Island? I don't know. I guess there's a couple ways he could do stuff to force that interaction, but most people think the team is she seems to think it's going to be on Elbaf. I think it's possible she gets back up and be taken down later on Wano. I'm not 100% sold on her being Elbaf, although that seems to be the route it's heading. Yeah, Luffy petting Big Mom just seems like it's something to cross a checklist rather than a legitimate threat. I hear what you're saying. I don't think he needs to beat all the Yonko to become like whatever, but I hear it. I agree with the ring out. Yeah, honestly, Oda should change the focus to BM and the crew leaving Wano. I'm losing interest in Onigashima. I wouldn't mind that actually. But I guess the only thing I could say is this. Like I do think the fight with Big Mom would go differently because of her power set. So Luffy would have to kind of maybe embody a different set of skills, maybe more observation or something. And he'll be stronger too. But I guess if you want to make that statement that Luffy is legitimately just on tier with the Yonko, I could fight one. You could use Big Mom as the fall person for the 80th time to show that. Uh, because I do think that his fight with Blackbeard will go a lot differently because of the way Blackbeard fights. So Blackbeard's not a fast combatant. So I don't know. Again, I do think that him fighting Kaido is significant because I think Kaido was a as strong as he is and much as an emperor he is, Kaido's style of combat is very straightforward. I swing bat, I swing arm, I kick, I headbutt, I swing tail. Luffy's a brawler himself. That's simpler for him. He has more trouble dealing with people with like hocus pocus, weird ass shit powers. Like, ooh, I can go into your mind and color traps. Like that's the type of abilities that he's bad against. So Oda's entire narrative of this era is over. We're here. It feels weird if Big Mom loses and then moves on to the next arc. I guess that's a good point. So maybe what if Luffy takes her down after? I guess it's a possibility. I did. My one cousin thinks that after like Kaido loses, she'll try to do something and escape, and Luffy will take her down too. But The only thing I could think of is that Luffy has to awaken to beat Big Mom, and during the fight, Luffy doesn't lose a single time in the same manner he's done with Kaido. That makes sense. How long has Naya been using this mic? Am I blind? Nah, this is a new mic. This is different. this is this is the mic that I use for my podcast with my best friend. I can see that. You think Kaido could beat Big Mom? Um, yeah, I think she could. Like, that's a fight. That's another one of those things where, like, with me, if I was reading the news, cool. And this is me not having the knowledge that Morgan's is a capper. And I'm like, Big Mom versus Kaido, Charlotte Linlin versus Kaido. And it's like Kaido won, I wouldn't be surprised. If Linlin won, I wouldn't be surprised. If it was a draw, I wouldn't be surprised. If it was interrupted or inconclusive, I wouldn't be surprised by any outcome. That's the best way I could put it. But I think Kaido should still be hiding one major thing about his ability, because isn't he not a dragon? Isn't it mystical Zoan like fish fruit? And he's supposed to be the strongest aligned air or sea. But that sea thing might have been something we took a little too literal. Like somehow he could fight in the sea. I don't know if he has a fish form or something. We might have taken that a little too literal. I don't know. It might just meant that he's just so strong that he's strong on the sea on the ship as a pirate. He's strong on the land and he's strong in the air because he's a dragon that could fly or whatever. So I will say this, personally speaking, for myself though. I think the reason that in terms of seeing the Yonkos lose or being challenged, I do think it's a little less jarring for me than most people, because I never had them to the same pedestal as most people did. Now, don't get me wrong. Oda built them up as these like absolutely four unstoppable gods, so to speak, within the One Piece universe. I just didn't buy it. Like, to me, it seemed more like a red herring or like hyperbole, so I never bought it. To the point where I'm one of the few people who think that, like, if you sent Kizaru to like capture Big Mom by himself and he did it, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, if she beat him, I still wouldn't be surprised, but I really do believe that. But I know I'm like one of the only people in that camp. I do think that. Cause I do think it's a jarring for a lot of people to be seeing these characters losing in the way that they are and so suddenly. And I get it, but I've never held them to the same standard that most people did. Even though Oda did, he did hype them up to the high heavens. Thank you for the follow. Why did that play through my desktop? That's how I fucked up some audio setting again. I'll fix it later. I mean, he could just be able to move underwater. It's whatever form he's in. Perhaps, I guess. Cause I don't know what other benefits his fish fruit gives him other than that. I guess I don't know. He said that's that. Then bet on him on there. Bet on him moving raw, because Big Mom has all the hack stuff. If you can move, you can fight. Moving is raw. Law's go. Law is amazing. I'm very impressed with Law. Honestly, again, I think the open no me is one of the coolest abilities I've seen. I give all the credit for that. I do think sometimes he just does whatever the fuck he wants with the ability. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's a cool ass power, dog. I would love to have that shit. Okay, so that's up there with one of my favorite abilities in fiction. It's top five. I might make a list of my favorite abilities just in all fiction. All fiction might be in there. Shout out to Misogi Kumagawa. Kyle just got one fruit that doesn't give a fuck about devil fruits and water rules. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe it's like the Jack thing. Like, Jack was a devil fruit user, and wasn't he half fishman, so he could still breathe underwater? He was fine, but it was like annoying. I don't know. Maybe he's like I don't, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I can't take that sea statement serious until I see him do something in the water. Like, I don't know. He's like a Gyarados. He sticks his neck up and does a hyper beam or some shit. I gotta see that. Kaido ultimate technique is splash because he's a Magikarp. That'll just be sad. Half fishman for no reason, man. Yeah, for no. There was no real significance to that than to make him be able to survive the hit from Zushina and be underwater. There was other. Listen, Jack is the biggest joke of this arc. If we're really being serious, so Jack can breathe but not move. I agree. Yeah, yeah. Jack is a joke. So we all know. But we knew this. I can't believe some people really fought me tooth and nail for Jack of all people. Like, that wasn't a hill to die on. I'm still embarrassed for some of y'all. Like, I could even understand you want to die on this kid hill. Fine. But for Jack, that was not the hill to die on, yo. And y'all died on that hill. You guys are all cooked, destroyed, defeated. He was never it, bro. Nah, Big Mom is the worst. I would incline to agree, but I feel like Oda's been somewhat like not consistent and somewhat disrespectful. If you, I guess for a lack of better words, to Big Mom for a while. So this is not particularly new to me, if that makes sense. Having Frankie writing on her face and them like throw her off with Robin and all kinds of stuff. Like I've seen Big Mom lose by ring out before in a lot of ways too. If you think about Big Mom knocking Big Mom being knocked off the boat by Jinbei's attack too, right? Like if Prometheus wasn't there, she could have fell in the water, and that's a ring out win. So Jack could breathe, not move. Like Vanderdecken, Big Mom's the worst. At least Jack never took a W. The Royal Rumble of Fraudulence of Wano, Big Mom, Kid, and Jack. How many hours did the Toby Ropo been knocked out? I don't even know. I don't even know how many hours have passed. It could be minutes. Hell, put Queen in the ring too. Drit said it best. People be frauds in One Piece. Like 5 minutes or something. Yeah, like I mean, for anybody mad at like all the ancient Zoans for not being super durable or like having awakening, I'm not mad at y'all for being mad at that. I just don't care. I don't have the energy to care about that. I do. I did forget that he did say like ancient Zoans are like extra tough, extra durable, or whatever, whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. Need to make it that. They get up, they get up. They don't, they don't. Dinosaurs maybe not that raw. I don't know. I mean, Anna was a fraud. My girlfriend isn't caught up, so she was up to hip to his fraudulence. Was he a fraud though? He kind of nice. Henry top five, top six maybe, top six, top six. He was kind of a fraud. He was fraud like. He had fraudulence. Was he? Was he a full fraud? I don't know. He was kind of omniscient. He was. He was out there making them predictions. Lightning kind of powerful. I like Enru. I like him. He's one of my favorite One Piece villains. For real. I might talk about that one day. But kinda Pagya didn't die. Oh, cause well, I don't know. Oda with these. You know what I finally realized the problem is with how Oda does with Oda's characters living. Have you ever really like looked at someone when like someone gets hit by like an L Thor, like when Usopp gets fucking hit in the head with a 4-ton bat? Like it looks brutal. Like they look like they died in the panel. Eyes are white. Like it looks so brutal. And then just be like, "Hey, I'm back with a bandage." Like I thought, cause my friend, like he had like this like thing he was saying like, "Yo, when the white eyes happen, it's over." And he's like, "Yo, I thought Luffy killed Bluno because the fist was in his like the fist imprint was not Bluno. Sorry, Bellamy. Wow, Bellamy because the imprint like like it looks so brutal. I think that's the part of the problem. He makes some of those hits look like when Kinemon got batted in the head by Kaido and then stabbed. Like that looked like a finishing move. You know, I think that's the problem. A lot of it has like a sense of finality to the art to artistry, and it'd be like, "Boop, I'm alive. Hi, I'm Pound. I didn't die." So, um, what are my thoughts on Kill la Kill? Kill la Kill might have been the one anime that I watched that never got a fair chance for me to stand on its own, but it's not gonna get that chance because I wanted Gurren Lagann to secretly deep down in my heart. And Kill la Kill did not give me that, and I didn't really have a great time. I don't hate everything about Kill la Kill. I think it's well animated. I think it's got some good designs. I like some of the fights. I like the music. I like Blumenkranz and some of the music. I didn't care for the theme. I don't care for the clothing thing. I didn't really like the final battle or how it ends. And I think it has a problem I think it has a problem that some new series have today where there's very little to no downtime. And it seems like the series is always trying to one up its level of epicness and badassery. Super, mega, ultra decapitation, blade, sword, scissor of death. Like, And like, if you don't give me a time to come down and you keep trying to one up yourself with epicness, that just becomes the norm to me. Like, this series is about trying to be epic. So that's kind of my takeaway. I don't think Kill la Kill really is that bad in hindsight and retrospect, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, Gurren Lagann would be my favorite thing made, but like, I know guys, Gynex and stuff, but like some of those guys end up making Trigger. But I still like it more than Little Witch Academia though. But I'm not Kill la Kill's not one of my favorites. I think Big Mom is gonna return though. Cover story, return to the cover story, and that's it. She packing up the Germa. So what's going on with them? They nailed to something. Yeah, no one dies. It's a shame, really. Yeah, it has like the opposite problem I have with some series. I think you can kill too many people, and then what you do is you cause your reader to become detached because you don't want like what's that series? Okay, like well, Kami-sama no Ituri is not a good example, but what's that? A comic could kill, I guess, is an example where like I stop liking people in general. I'll see somebody and just stay stone faced because I'm like, you're gonna kill them. I can't. AOT, I think to some degree, yes, has that problem too, where like I can't get attached to anybody because they might just drop dead at a moment's notice, which is realistic in a sense for those worlds, which is fine. But as a reader, someone who's experiencing the narrative, and as a person who's like, I'm a character guy. Remember that I like character more than anything. Characters are what drive me the most in the stories that I experience. It's hard for me to get invested. Where One Piece has the opposite problem, where it's hard to. No one dies, so just I don't know. I would say Katakuri so far appearing more challenging than Kaido at the length of this fight. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I know what I get what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. I do think this fight with Kaido was harder. I know it's not. It didn't get the same level of focus and focus that the Katakuri did get, and Luffy was definitely trying to grow something in that battle. And I would argue that Luffy has all the tools he needs to beat Kaido right now. He just whether or not he can do it. But that Katakuri fight has a lot of weird stuff in it too, though. But yeah, she thought she killed him too. She was on screen again. She's my girlfriend. I was just waiting for a German cover story to reintroduce Pedro. Do you think since Law cut Big Mom the same way he cut Kinemon, she can't die now due to Law's devil fruit? I just don't think that she died. Wait, I don't think that's what happened with Kinemon. I think it had to do with the exact same place where Law like bisected him uh horizontally. I think it was this way, right? Horizontally was the exact same place where Kaido stabbed him, and Law didn't put him back together exactly the same. I think that's what happened. It wasn't more so that his ability somehow kept him alive. I think Big Mom is just literally strong enough to survive that attack and that fall. I just don't think she's dead. I think she's just literally okay. Um, that's fair. It's one of my favorite anime though. I'm not mad at that. Kill la Kill is something I've been meaning to give a rewatch though. I don't know if I'll do it or when I'll do it, but I only watched it the one time. But it's not better than Gurren Lagann to me personally. But Satsuki the Savage really is a huge Kill la Kill fan. If you never checked him out, he loves that shit. So I mean Satsuki is the name that he uses. So at least Big Mom isn't straight up defeated. Yeah, I'll give you that. Agama Kokel is definitely an example. Yeah, still CP0 isn't impressive either. Luffy right now is comparable to Kaido, and that wasn't the case with Katakuri. Yeah, I suppose I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. And Kinemon dying would have mattered. Why didn't he? Like, think about it, Naya. The fight was even because Kat allowed it before Snake Man. It was a total struggle. Here, base form seems to overwhelm Kaido. That's my point of view. All right. I gotta go into Naya's headcanon, I guess, because I do sometimes think a little bit of nuance is a little bit missed on some One Piece fans. And I don't know how I want to phrase and explain this. But also I don't want to rationalize and give Oda too much credit where he doesn't deserve it. So I need to figure out a way I want to say this. Cuz I'm not mad at you for saying that. I could understand why you come to that conclusion. But you have to understand like Kaido, it's also the kind of combatant Kaido is. I'm gonna use a Bleach example here, actually, before I get into this. I would argue the main reason Aizen lost wasn't because Ichigo outpowered him or whatever the case was. It's because he got drunk off the power of the Hyogoku and decided that these attacks are so beneath me, I don't even need to dodge them anymore. And Kirihara had slipped in some super duper spell Kido in there that ended up sealing him, right? Kaido is a meathead. He wants to take these punches and get hit and get hurt and blah blah blah. When Luffy proved that he can use Conquerors to the level that he could and could wound Kaido, Kaido's not necessarily like, beat the fuck out of me, let me lose, but he doesn't, he has don't dodge syndrome. He just takes hits. He's not really like getting out the way of these attacks. He's taking them and keeping on and keep on trucking. He's loving it. He's turning up mid battle. Like you gotta kind of implement the person's personality into this too. Katakuri was an evader. I would argue because he's probably didn't have that many hard fights in his career. He had one of the lower overall vitalities for a One Piece character of his strength that I saw. That he couldn't really, he can't take that many hits because he's not used to it. He dodges them most of the time, you know? Think like Gara. The first time he saw his own blood, he freaked the fuck out. He's like, what the fuck is this? I've never been hurt before. You're not used to it. So take that into consideration. I'm sure Kaido's not used to getting hurt like that, but at some point in his career, I'm sure that there was a time where people could hurt him and he was bleeding. You know, he has all these defeats, yada yada, blah blah blah, rocks, fighting other Yonko, maybe on the come up. He's probably been hurt a lot more, so he's used to it. Like to me, Luffy has a better matchup against Kaido because Kaido's not an evader like that. Kaido is a meathead and he's a physical combatant. He's not. He doesn't have some weird other powers that do something like throw you another dimension or mess with your mental or mess with you psychologically or anything of the sort. So and then they're fighting a battle in a lot of ways. I see it as a battle of wills because it's Conqueror hockey versus Conqueror's hockey, and I would challenge you as a One Piece fan to make the case for a character you've seen in this series with more willpower than Luffy. Thank you for the follow. I don't think you can make that case. If you think you can, if you think the kid or someone else has more willpower than Luffy, I implore you to try. But I don't think anyone has displayed more overall willpower and willingness and tenacity than Luffy does. So in a battle of conqueror versus conquerors, I'd never see him as inferior. This is why I said back on the rooftop that I do think that Luffy has all the tools he needs to beat Kaido. It's just whether or not he can do it or not. But that's just my viewpoint. If that makes sense. I hope that made sense. Let me go back a little bit. I think the boys are in what's his face's book. Oh shit! I almost want to call him Cream or something, but I'm just talking about Luffy was in that book for a little bit too. Kingdom Undying when it mattered. Am I emotionally invested in Luffy versus Kaido compared to Luffy's other fights? No, but I'll tell you why I don't mind it. I don't mind that. I'll tell you why I don't mind that. The manga was better. Kill la Kill if maybe the pacing and ending. Mine lives. Big Mom fighting Luffy and Elbaf is weird at this point. Like, why go from Kaido to Big Mom? It's a slight drop off in strength. I guess that depends on your perspective, right? We'll have to see how Kaido loses, if he loses, and how it goes down. Because you never know. And Big Mom could get back up. But I hear what you're saying. I'm for anyone who's like, I don't want to fight Big Mom next because she's not moving me as a villain or antagonist. She's not scary no more. I'm not mad at that. RPG Tank. The manga is best, but Kill la Kill manga adapted not that good. I didn't read Kill la Kill. I didn't know how to manga. I only watched the anime. Kaido's favorite place is eating McDonald's because he's loving it. Okay, I get it. Remember, Kaido loved getting hurt too, so I can respect that. Garp and Roger ran Kaido's fade back in the day. You might be giving Oda too much credit. Crocodile got beat by pre-gears, but Tang Jozu. I don't think Oda thought about Cat not being able to get hit. I can agree with that. Like I said, I don't want. That's why I said like when I do this, when I go into this soliloquy, I know I could start rationalizing, but that's how it makes sense to me in my head. Like that makes sense to me. So that's kind of how I roll with it. That's my own personal fanfic, if you will. Everyone in Kaido top five mostly hurt him. More than Lob, not Luffy. Pell has more willpower. He survived the nuke. I think you could argue Akaino has more willpower. You think Kid could get Beast Pirate Crew? I don't think he's gonna get the Beast Pirate Crew, but I could see him get some followers. Akainu, you have to explain that one. You have to explain why you would argue Akainu has more willpower than Luffy. You have to explain that. I'm not seeing it. So sometimes when you guys see something, I could see your argument before you make it, but I'm not seeing that argument personally speaking. But that all being said, yeah, I think that Luffy's willpower is kind of at its max right now, and he's really trying to beat Kaido. But again, I actually think Luffy would have had a harder time fighting Big Mom right now. Like if you reverse it, I think almost what Law and Kid had to do against Big Mom, it almost doesn't change because it seems like Law will still be able to hurt him because of his ability, and Kid can't. So Kid is like using the force of his attacks to push him back, while Law's doing internal surgery shit. Though I would think Luffy would have had a harder time getting around the. You know what though? He invalidates her electricity attacks in Hera though. Hmm. Hmm. I guess I don't know. Now I gotta think about that. But yeah, they don't fight the same. Now I'm thinking. 'Cause I kind of think of how Luffy had to fight in like in East Blue. Like while he was stronger than most of the combatants he fought in East Blue, except for I guess Smoker, he had different things he had to overcome. Buggy's Devil Fruit ability, right? Kuro's speed. Um, Don Krieg's arsenal of weaponry. Arlong's fishman physiology. Like with Kaido, it's like if you have the actual physical capabilities to keep up and hurt him, you might be okay. But the question really becomes, can you take a hit from Kaido? I think kind of becomes a thing because I've seen him knock out a lot of people with one hit with that one swing, Luffy included. And I know Odin, for what I can see, Odin took one club and he even got knocked out. So like, can you take a hit? Seems to be the biggest question from her. But Big Mom is like Prometheus and Hera and Zeus and homies and Soul Pocus. Like, do you feel fear? It's like a multitude of things you have to overcome on top of the fact that she's an iron balloon. And she also has airborne ability. And Luffy does can actually survive Shiva's wrath and domain because he's rubber, but for most people, that probably be a really hard attack to get around. Plus, she made like the mazer laser and mazers like cannon like projectile. That shit's cool, bro. It's the way they fight. Yeah, I get you. Crocodile didn't tank a hit from Joju. He was on all fours after one hit. I guess you can make an argument for a dragon to have as much willpower because if Vankov didn't understand Luffy survived until he realized he's Dragon's son. I get what you're saying. That's like a message on Discord. When is it then? I think if the guys if the guys are ready tonight, I'll do it tonight. I'll suck it up and do it tonight. I kind of wanted to relax tonight and finish my editing and relax, but I'll do it tonight around I think 9ish if they're ready. I'll keep you posted. But yeah, could he beat Bartholomews fruit? I don't know. Odin couldn't get through the slashes. Overall thought in this fight, I kind of like this fight. It kind of raises stock for both Kid and Law, plus already makes Emperor Mom, Big Mom appear strong as fuck. I would say stock. I would say Law stock has risen. I personally don't believe Kid stock has risen. Um, my takeaway from Big Mom is always that she is strong as fuck. That hasn't changed. No matter how silly Oda has made or attempted to make her look, Big Mom just being a big, scary, strong as fuck bitch has not changed. So that still stayed to me. But Law definitely all arc his stock has steadily risen for me, and I like him a lot more now. He might be if not he's probably rivaling Hawkins to become my favorite supernova. Kid, I don't know what to tell people. I am not any more impressed or less impressed or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I've gone from being a kid hater, but really I like to poke fun at kid fans because I just think it's funny as hell, to being like, meh, I'm indifferent. Like we saw all the arguments about portrayal and this and that and the other. Like kid's character isn't particularly that interesting to me from a personality standpoint. He just yells a lot. He's got a lot of macho bravado and talks a lot of shit, which is cool. It's fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. But I don't have too much characterization from him in his past and stuff. I know he cares about like Killer. There's little things there where I think you can make him an interesting character, and I'll be cool with that. But as of right now, the only thing that I really care about from Kid is what he can do as a captain and as a fighter, as a combatant, because that's how he's being showcased to us. I'm not impressed. I don't know what you want from me. That laser beam thing didn't do. Laser gun wasn't moving me. I don't even think it hurt Big Mom. I think it had enough knockback to push her through the puncture willy hole that Law made. But you saw her like turn midair when she was trying to grab onto the bomb when she saw Yamato. Like it didn't seem like it was like she said it was tickling her. Now could that be her on her deathbed just trying to talk shit? I don't know. Up to your interpretation of that. But listen, Kid did a lot of things that I think are pretty cool. But he's definitely like made magnetism look pretty lame in my opinion. Listen, I've read a lot of stuff where I've seen people with the power of to manipulate metal, manipulate things like the electromagnetic spectrum, electromagnetic waves and fields. I've seen Magneto choke somebody wearing a fucking a fucking like chain from across the globe and hurl down meteors and shit like that and turn like invisible by manipulating the spectrum of electromagnetic waves and shit like that. I think the coolest thing about Kid is that he seems to me he's actually a builder. I like that he makes these constructs mid battle, these cockpits and guns and bulls he could ride on mid battle, almost like he's a Green Lantern. That's honestly the coolest takeaway from his ability that I like, that he could construct things to that detail in the middle of a fight. But other than that, I need more, bro. I need more. I'm sorry. I need more. Frankie 2.0, aka Kid. Kid fans swearing to me Kid broke Big Mom's bones, and seeing Big Mom say his trump card is tickling her. It's so funny to me. Think Kid in this fight with Big Mom was actually good. Law over Kid, but Kid is not a scrub in my opinion. I'm not calling him a scrub. I'm not even saying what he did was useless, but it seemed to me that more his attacks more so to be seemed to be like knocking Big Mom back and having enough force to move her and push her, but because he doesn't have an ability to bypass her natural defenses, a la la, and doesn't have he does have conqueror's hockey, but he's not using it the way Luffy is doing, in conjunction with his ability. I don't think he's getting through her iron balloon defense. But again, I could be wrong. I don't think Oda's making it clear. He is too Luffy like, but he was strong against Big Mom. Calling the same thing with Superman, like he can move him but not hurt him type thing. Exactly. Having to make a gun to use railgun type abilities is lame. You can just apply the magnetic forces to an object, my guy. He isn't Magneto a bit. At least he made lasers now. I think he did weaken defense though for Law to do his thing. I'm see that makes sense to me because like I'm sure you have. I don't think maybe not as much. You don't need as much focus and calmness as you do for observation hockey, but I do think you need to have a certain level of focus and attention to detail to constantly be coding yourself in conquerors. And I think to quote and to switch to quoting yourself to defense to attacking. I think probably you have to switch mindsets. I don't know if you can do both at the same time. It depends. Again, we have. I think if we had a bit more information to work with, we can make a bit more sense out of it. But this is one of those series where we have to use our own interpretation of the text and artistry to come to our own conclusions. He launched harpoons at Kaido earlier on the roof. That was punk rotten. That was not it. Kid actually being smart and good at making robots while having magnetism and still being lame abilities makes it worse. You think so? Again, I guess this also has to do with expectations. As much as Oda was portraying kids still like in Udon prison, I'm equal, blah blah blah. In my heart, I never believed it. It all was kind of fugazi to me. I think the level of disappointment or I guess maybe praise you have for a kid depends on what you expected for him. I didn't have grand expectations for Kid. All things considered, despite him being the one supernova he created early and having Killer on his crew, being the Zoro and blah blah blah, this and that and the third, I did not expect much. And I got what I expected. So I'm kind of just like, yeah, Kid, whatever. Like I just Bala, Puncture Willie, Shock Willie. That's moving me. I like that. That's cool. Kroom, anesthesia, K room, R room, silence. Come on, man. A lot going crazy, bro. Don't remind me of Magneto. I already don't like Kid Bro. Okay, Magneto's like on a level mega and everything, so we'll give some slack. We'll cut him some slack. Yeah, I wish Kid were more creative like Law. I'm about to cock and ball torture myself and watch all the season 1 of Sword Art Online. Good luck, man. Enjoy. By the way, I'm 40 chapters deep in Kubera and I'm starting to like it quite a bit. That's actually saying a lot if you're already liking it that much. Only 40 chapters in, because I would surmise most people were still struggling to like they could see potential and like build up and some things being set up, but they couldn't really get it. Because even me, I would say the night that rained fire or a little before that, I think like 70ish is really when I started to whatever. But it's like season 2 was really where I hit my stride. But I love to see it, man. Kubera grind, we're out here. Kubera gang all day, every day, best ongoing. Yes, sir. Kid in general should have been given more importance to Dark overall. I do think it has to do with how Oda has decided to utilize Kid. I think throughout the course of One Piece and how things have changed, and you know how like Oda has started to combine certain arcs together. Like I think Green Bit and Dressrosa, he combined like 2 places and stuff like that. I think Kid's role maybe has had to take a bit of a sidestep. I really like the idea of somebody who is really of Luffy's proper generation, vying to be Pirate King along with him, and who started their journey around the same time. But I think that he's repurposed that with Blackbeard. Because Blackbeard, all things considered, even though he's technically a veteran pirate and a lot older and has seen a lot of stuff that a lot of these guys wouldn't, he's a new pirate captain and he's a part of the worst generation. I almost would argue that Blackbeard to some degree has that role as Luffy's viable competition for like becoming Pirate King. So yeah, yeah, that's all I got. Let me see what you guys are saying. Kid is a disappointment just because he isn't even close to Luffy in any regard. Yeah, I don't even know if I can say that even with his fake or half awakening, that I don't even know if he's a better Devil Fruit user than Luffy. If you want to say he is, I'm not mad at that, but I don't even know if he uses his Devil Fruit better than Luffy, honestly. I actually had big expectations for Kid. That's the thing. I feel like glad you like it. It gets better. The comparisons with him are always Luffy from Oda, both in and out the story. I felt that. Did you read the Ultimatum comic in Marvel? That's what Kid Fruit should be able to do, something like that to surpass Whitebeard. I heard what you're saying. I, 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 I don't listen. I don't need him to literally be Magneto. Magneto is my barometer for magnetism. Fair enough, but because like he is one of the greatest users of and masters of magnetism I've seen in fiction. I don't need you to literally be him because I even think to some degree what Metallica could do. Rossetto, Rosotto. Wow, what's wrong with me? The leader of the squadron, like his ability of metal manipulation and creation and stuff too. Like I really think like creating iron in the body. Like I think you could really get creative with this ability. This to and I've seen it used in a lot of stories and a lot of games, a lot of comics, webtoons, whatever the case may be. Aside from his literal ability to construct just about anything from literal junk metal, like sword parts and sword hilts and I don't know, belt buckles off the field and gun parts and shit. That's impressive to me. That's cool. And he's an architect. I'll give him credit for that. Other than that, though, this is the lamest use of magnetism I've ever seen. I'm sorry. I think it's like what Drit said once. Maybe Oda thinks this is cool, but we just don't feel it. At least, okay, I guess that makes sense. Kid gave me Sendo vibes, but thought he would be raw. Kid greater than Magneto. I'm not mad at that. Um, damn, Kid and Frankie could have shared and helped build him better tech. That'd be dope. Magneto's carried by the one scene in X-Men 2 where he bloodbended. I'm not even talking about the movie Magneto. I'm talking about the comic book Magneto. Um, I don't movie Magneto doesn't do any of the cool things that I like that Magneto can actually do. If I'm being honest with you, could bear greatness. You don't read comics without telling me you don't read comics. It's okay. Don't worry, Glab. Chill, chill, chill. Yeah, strides in season 2, but one finale hits too. I feel that. I guess I had expectations that Kubera are going to be very slow, and while there was a slump, I'm enjoying the journey and build up. See, I like slow starts, so I'm okay with it. But even I, for a little bit of season 1, was like, damn, like A little overly. I think I like how Emilio said it. I think he said a little overly verbose for me a little bit, but it's the payoff that makes all of that so worth it that you're not. I'm not mad at it. Where I'm like, oh no, like this is one of the stories that I really think reward your patience. If you decide to retain onto some small tidbit you think is important, that could it might be not important till the middle of season two, but you're like, I knew that was important. You're you're just rewarded for caring. That's what I love about Kubera, man. The night one, I'm already there. Which one? Oh, expectations because they Kubera. Okay, how much your thoughts of Wano will change if Blackbeard is the one to finish Blackbeard. I think you meant if you. I think you meant if Blackbeard is the one to finish Kaido or something and steal his devil fruit with the possible witch around 2008. I don't think people talk about theory anymore. I would love that actually. I like the idea of Blackbeard being such an underhanded pirate. He comes when all these great pirates have been like not just on death's door, but they're done. Like it's like, oh Kaido, you don't look so good. Ha ha ha. I'll take that dragon fruit though. I actually like the idea of that. I think one thing I don't think Oda's ever done is end an arc poorly, whether or not I've enjoyed it from top to bottom, or I thought it was a seamless journey throughout the inner working of that particular arc remains case by case, but I always think he ends them well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wano ends on a high note too. But I would love that. Blackbeard's one of my favorite characters, and I like that he does shit like this. So I'll be okay if he comes in his opportunist gimmick. Cause personally speaking, I like the idea that he takes what he believes is the strongest Logia, which is Yami Yami no Mi, strongest Paramecia, which he believes is the Girl Girl no Mi, and if he believes that dragon's fruit, Kaido's fruit is the strongest Zoan, I like that. I personally always thought he would go for Marcos for some reason, but what the dragon fruit could somewhat do is not only give him more like I guess maybe a dragon scales to take attacks even better. It could give him some aerial mobility that can kind of offshoot or offset the fact that he's really slow, a very slow combatant. But I don't know. Can Kid make Kaido killing weapons? No. Frankie clear. I surmise if he uses competent metal and then can quote it in like Ryoyu or Armament Hockey or Conqueror's Hockey, he could do something. But I think his hockey capabilities, from what I can tell, he's either not practicing enough or it's too low. He needs to be able to combine that with his abilities. But then again, it's not lost on me that Luffy has had very formal hockey training. I believe the same thing with Zoro with Mihawk telling him like they were trained in the basics very formally, where I surmise Kid had to learn this on the fly, maybe accidentally one day using armament or something. It's akin to how I say that basically what Luffy did was for a fighting game, he went in the lab, learned his combos, his spacing, his zoning, frame data, all those things, labbed it out, and then went online. Then when he was online, he was beating ass until he got to a certain tier, which was the Doflamingo tier, where he started to have competition. Where Kid was one of those people who was like, yo, I will just learn through the trials and tribulations of getting my ass beat online. So you're seeing crazy combos to work on you, but you're slowly but surely you're slowly absorbing it and getting better and better through your thumping. So kids hockey not being as good at Luffy's makes sense. And Luffy was even trained into to a higher degree in Ryoyu with by Hoyogoro. So bullet control, Toki from the code name something manga is great too. We know that guy only watches MCU movies to get his comic fix. That's usually mangas and movies are more impressive, like Toki from Codebreaker. Okay, that's what you meant. Yeah, yeah. Knowing a good payoff makes me enjoy slow starts. I actually agree with that. The actual last few chapters are always good, and I hate post time skip with the passion too. I thought no matter what, the flashback in the arc will always be better, would be solid, but don't get your hopes up. I don't even read the story anymore, Playboy. I'm 10 cents ahead. I only know what's happening because I'm the friends with the majority of the content creators. Smart man, I almost can't believe you're a Mark fan. Kid is definitely a button masher. button masher, button masher until like he starts to actually like, oh, maybe if I do this and do that, whatever. What's up? What's up, Mikey? What's going on? But yeah, Mistborn has a lot of cool power sets and everything too. I mean, one of my absolute favorite magic energy systems, whatever you want to call it, soft, hard. I know, well, it's a hard magic system, but I really like Allomancy. That's really good. Um, I really need to. I want to talk about that in depth one day. But I want to reread. I want to reread that stuff because everyone's reading Way of Kings and all this stuff now. But I'm like, damn, where were y'all years ago when I was into this alone by myself? But it's just so much. It's just so little hours in the day, bro. There's so many little hours in the day. I got so much to do, and I got a girlfriend now. I gotta do boyfriend duties. Like life is hard, bro. Y'all intrigued by the voice touching Justina stuff? I think. See, I think that was the surprising thing. No, that did not move me. I did not care. Like, I think usually those kind of lore tidbits hinting at like, oh, what are we really gonna get into stuff usually gets me. But I think I don't know. I think I'm frustrated by the idea that you're still trying to like dangle these mysteries. Ooh, carrot. 1,040 chapters into the goddamn manga. I want answers, not more mysteries. At least don't pile it on. So this, ooh, what's gonna happen? The whatever, whatever, whatever. No, no, no. I do care about the voice century and stuff. So if we're gonna hop into some Joy Boy shit, that's cool. But like, I was shocked that reading that part of the chapter didn't make me pop. I was like, we'll get there when we get there, I guess, if we even get there. So that might be it. As much as the tidbit of voice entry at the end, I'm not expecting it. Yeah, that's probably what I'm like. Yeah, like that's cool, but like I'll probably see that shit in 2024 December 31st. You know, and I think my last straw was with the big ass hat in Murrayjoa. I'm like, this is the last mystery you about to pop up. You about to put on me like this to this degree, cause like I honestly love not being told any and everything. I'm a fan of not having the author leaving certain things to interpretation, but I do think maybe sometimes Oda does it too much, or he leaves the theory crafting box open too long to the point where I got to hear people say some dumbass shit. Okay, I hate some of these theories I be hearing, dog. I can't with them. They're not moving me. But yeah, Zushisha coming to form Megazord with Momo. I put it on the back burner immediately. It's mentioned a lot. I expect we figure it in the One Piece. Yeah, I don't know if I ever saw an author cram this much payoff for so much setup at the end of the story. It's lame. Oda adds too much mystery without giving some answers. I don't like that. He should give an answer, then give a new mystery. The funny thing is, we already know Tsushima was Joy Boy's friend. There's that too, and there's a betrayal and stuff like that. I do like being suspense, but Oda could be better. I do think this. I don't know how many of you guys agree with this, but I'll just speak personally here. If you leave me to hang on a very important mystery in a narrative too long, I might lose interest by the time the reveal comes. The example that I could use is honestly the Obito stuff. Was the I think back in the day when we were trying to trying to guess and like prognosticate who he was. Was he Obito? Was he Madara's brother? I think his name was Uzuna. Was he blah 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 yada yada? By time that like mask cracked and it was Obito, I was so nonchalant and indifferent. I didn't even react positively or negatively. I kind of went like, okay, like you know what I'm saying. Oda started to get to that point with some of these mysteries. Obviously, at the end of the day, execution is everything. You might not know, you might never know. He might talk about the voice century, and I'm on here twerking. Okay, I don't know, but as of right now, it's not moving me. I don't really care because I don't think I'm gonna learn anything for like the next 3 years anyway. So that's how I see it. I think the payoff has to come at some point, or at the very least, you gotta give me a give and take. You can't just keep taking from me, bro. So yeah, the payoff happens. You just shrug. Yeah, Joy Boy 2, not a nigga too much. That was That cash we feel because cash trap we feel on so many levels when the payoff happened just as much as it's happening. It's not happening at all. Yeah, not that one. It was too late. Matters as much. Everyone knew it's Obito. We just wanted him to get it over with and show it. There's that too. Sometimes like, come on. It became more and more obvious as time went on. But I remember at one point, I think I thought it was Madara's brother. I thought he got new eyes and he also got the Mangekyo and did some shit too. And he was like, "You bitch, you took my eyes" or something. I don't know. We need Crocodile. Bring Crocodile back in the story. Only he can save us. Only he can defeat Kaido. Only he could defeat Big Mom. Only he could beat Pirate King. That's what we need, man. If Crocodile's not Pirate King, it's gotta be Teach. Those are my only two Pirate King candidates. Everyone knew and the records too, if they know something to say it, yeah. And Oda repeats a lot of information that I already know. Which I'm starting to find annoying. I think he does this for the people who don't revisit the material, so it's like a refresher. So it's like when you get to like Marie's one, it's like Vivi. Do you remember the conflict with Vivi back in Alabasta when Crocodile tried to take over and King Cobra? Like I'm like, all right, bro. I'm gonna let that slide because maybe someone hasn't read that shit in years, but I think he um I think he rehashes some stuff almost like a visual novel. Visual novels tend to rehash stuff a lot to like put it into your head. If you ever played like 999 in the opening scene when Junpei's locked in, I would surmise my memory. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I honestly think that story took like 10 minutes to confirm that I was locked in the fucking room. It was like I jiggled the doorknob, it don't move. I jiggle it again, it don't move. I jiggle it with force. I bang on it, and then I try to kick on it. I get something really, really whatever, and okay, I guess I'm locked in the room. I'm like, nigga, obviously, can we move on? Like I know we're locked in the room, so yeah. Uh, can Gart be Pirate King, please? But he's a Marine. He could be Marine King, Fleet Admiral. If Dofi pulls up with pitch black strings, cackling with Conqueror's lightning, it's over. I'm off. I don't care to see Doflamingo ever again, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a Doflamingo super fan though. I think he's a great character though. I think that's lost on me when I talk about Dofi sometimes because I don't hold him as high regard as some other One Piece villains, even though I think he's a great one. And I think that he was this really good gatekeeper for the New World. Yeah, gatekeeper. I almost said I was thinking of thing from Prince of Tennis, anyways. But yeah, but I'm not a Doflamingo fan to the degree that other people are. He's probably like seventh best villain to me in One Piece, maybe sixth. I gotta think about that. But he's a great character. Would love P. Bogart, Batman, One Piece could be the Pirate King. Yes. You saw Batman letting them arrows fly? He's nice with it. That's the best gifter of all time. Okay, maybe it's to mention that they know something and have to tell without using organic or give mentions keep you hooked, not hint to actually have to tell Luffy every time. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I think that he could use some other things to like give us without giving us, but I don't know. There's sometimes where I read One Piece where I think that Oda's priority should just get this shit over with, but there's times where I'm like, why is he dicking around on this point? So I don't know. Because I'm still very disappointed with these commander battles with King and Sanji, Queen and Sanji, and King and Zoro. Well, I don't think it was epic enough. I think it needed to have more of. I think it needed to be a more impactful moment, personally speaking. But maybe that's just my expectations getting in the way. But that that might be the most disappointing thing I take away from this arc. Cause like this wasn't the grandiose battle in a way I thought a Yonko would get taken out to that degree, but I'm even okay with Law and Kids fight with Big Mom. I'm okay with it. And Luffy and Kaido I think will deliver, and they've been getting like good action. But I think Queen and Sanji and King and Zoro will leave a bad taste in my mouth forever. All right, take care, man. Um, I'll take another Ace flashback. I just want to leave. Oda focused too much on making Dofi a great character. He forgot to make him a great villain. Oda could give weird parts to give context later. Yeah. Just came from J Stream and saw the title. Wano fatigue too, huh? Same. The title is me just kind of it's kind of just being in jest. I am not. It's like a half joke. I want things to pick up or I want to leave. But my favorite three villains in One Piece are Crocodile, um Blackbeard, and probably let me think. No, Don Krieg's in my top five, but I don't think you have it third. I don't want to say it. I want to say maybe Enel. Do I have Enel third? I'll try to I'll mention my top five in no order except the first one. I think Crocodile Teach are the best. So Crocodile Teach, Enel, Don Krieg. Shit, I'm not a Rob Lucci fan. Hmm. I haven't thought about this in a long time, actually. That's probably why I'm drawing a blank here. I don't care for Caesar. I think Foxy's underrated, but he's not one of the best. Hmm. All right. Yeah, Crocodile's is the best to me always. But be forewarned, if you don't know, Crocodile's my favorite One Piece character. He has been since his introduction. It's not going to change. That's my favorite character in One Piece. Yeah, yeah, top five. Yeah, so I'll go Crocodile, Teach, NL, Arlong, Don Krieg, then probably maybe Dofi's probably around that six mark. Katakuri is an interesting one, but he don't move me like that personally. I actually think Moria is interesting in his own right, but still, he's not moving me. Kizaru, I like to throw Kizaru in there, even though he's never been like a full on main antagonist. He's still an antagonist. I like to have Kizaru in there. So probably put Kizaru in there. Yeah. Hmm. Spandam? Spandam raw. Shout out to Spandam. Arlong for you? Yeah, Arlong is really good. I think I think with Arlong and Don Krieg, I think what I struggle with is that I like Don Krieg more, but I would argue that Arlong is a better antagonist for the series if I'm being objective and impartial, unbiased. So I think that's what I struggle with. But I do think Don Krieg is is amazing. He's an East Blue legend. I don't care how I don't care. He's an East Blue legend, bro. I think Luffy's Kaido not being a top three fight in One Piece will be disappointing. It has to deliver, especially since it's the climactic fight of the Yonko saga. A lot is riding on it. I think I think this fight will go into its like next stratosphere of epicness when Luffy goes gear fourth for like the fight for like to finish off Kaido like for the last time, so to speak, like he did against Katakuri. And we get whatever Kaido is hiding about the mythical fish Zoan or his ability. I think he has one more form or something that he's hiding. I think that's when this battle will take its next final step. But I agree with. I don't know if I need. I don't know if it needs to necessarily be the. Oh my God! You reminded me. Reminded me of something someone asked earlier. I didn't answer. I don't know if it has to be necessarily the top three fight, but it needs to be epic top five or like very memorable for good reason. Somebody asked me earlier. I think it was asked you. I'm sorry if I don't remember what it was if I'm emotionally invested in Kaido versus Luffy, and my answer might shock you, I'm not, but I don't think it matters for this particular fight. I do think that it would still have made more sense in like from a narrative standpoint to have Big Mom and Luffy fight because they already have beef and the Sanji stuff whole cake, and to have Kid take out I'm sorry, Luffy take out Big Mom and Kid take out Kaido because of the fact that Kaido captured Kid's crew. Like he has personal beef with them and stuff. But there comes a point with certain characters in One Piece that as pirates, you don't actually need any emotional or reason to take them out. You're a Yonko. You're one of the four strongest pirates, and I have to surpass you someday. That to me is a good enough incentive for Luffy to want to fight Kaido. And that's why I'm totally okay with not being that emotionally invested. Even though Wano tried to add the whole Ace stuff and Tama getting hurt and him caring about Tama and everything like that. He did try to add a little bit of that, but that's not moving me. He has more of an emotional reason to beat Big Mom as far back as Whole Cake. I'm not Whole Cake, Fishman Island, as opposed to Kaido. But I'm okay with it because again, even if he had no beef with Blackbeard, Blackbeard wants to be Pirate King. You gotta take that nigga out. That's a good enough reason. So that's kind of my answer for that. Me and I have been besties since you have Crocodile Top 1. Hey, that's the best, man. Don Carlos. Mario's a good villain and fun. I like him. And I'll go. Kizaru's still my favorite OP character. He's my favorite Marine. Then it's probably Garp. I gotta think about my face. I tend to be indecisive. I think, at least with the villains, yeah, I feel that. Arlong and Spandam are just hateable. Oh, and Gin. Gin is cool. Gin is raw. Shout out to East Blue Legend. Yes, Mihawk ran. Mihawk don't want that smoke. He said, you see the gunmanship? You don't want that. Okay, Akainu, girl. Oh, Akainu. Akainu's up there, but like Akainu's like, I think Akainu will finally enter that for me when he actually gets focal, like the focal point of attacking and going on and stuff. All right, Glam, thank you for coming through, my brother. It's same. It's already been set up. Why put it on the back burner? Kizar, one of my favorites too. He really a troll. Then move on to something that's more appetizing. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I do think that I don't know how important this is for you guys, but for me, like I do think that some people who have met me or started following me or following out me recently think I don't like One Piece. It's still my favorite manga. That hasn't changed. Um, there still isn't a manga that I like more than One Piece right now. Are there ongoings that I'm enjoying more than One Piece that I'm reading right now from my comics and my webtoons and my manga? Yeah, sure, but that's not that rare. That happens a lot with any series that I like. There might be a lull or a low point in in a series that I'm not too invested in. I kind of a top five because of his energy. The man really cares. No, he's a I like see for me Akainu's a great character. In terms of how I see him as an antagonist, he had his antagonistic moments during Marineford and during the flashback with Robin. He blew up the convoy ship, I think it was not convoy ship, the passenger ship. And that was kind of devious and underhanded. Like I don't think he's a bad antagonist, but I think that when it's like a Kainu season and I get to focus on him and see what motivates him and what drives him and what why has that burning passion, so to speak, it'll just all add up to me. For some people, it's like pending. Like Akainu is one of those like pending characters. Like I think he's gonna deliver, but I have to wait until it's really his time to shine. So yeah, I forgot what I was talking about earlier. Oh, One Piece stuff. So well, that's One Piece stream, but like One Piece is still my favorite manga. But One Piece used to be something that I love so much. It was my favorite everything. Is Fujitora considered an antagonist villain? I separate the terms, personally speaking. He's definitely an antagonist, even though he seems to be not too mad at Luffy. But for anyone who doesn't know this, very simply put, an antagonist is simply somebody who opposes the protagonist and or the protagonist party, so to speak, or both at the same time. That's it. So, for example, if we're in a sports manga and you're the protagonist, Snorlax, and I'm just the opposing team's captain, I could be a nice person, a great person, but I'm the captain, you're the captain. Since you're going against me, I'm an antagonist to you because I'm not on your side. I'm trying to beat you. You're trying to beat me. That's what antagonist means very simply. So the fact that the Marines are trying to capture pirates makes Fujitora automatically off rip an antagonist to Luffy because he wants to stop Luffy from doing what he wants to do most, become Pirate King and be free on the sea. So yes, he's an antagonist. Is Fujitora a villain? I would argue no, not based off the actions that I've seen him take. I would argue he's not a villain. So yeah. And he got a fleet admiral over Kuzan. Akainu is a villain, I think. But he has reason. See, Akainu, you can make the argument for because some of the things that he's done is even in the name of quote unquote absolute justice or justice. is very underhanded by burning a random civilian or using underhanded tactics, blowing up a ship with a bunch of innocents by saying if one person from the people of O'Hara who could read the poneglyph escaped, blah blah. He's done very devious things. So you can point to that conduit being like, yeah, he opposes the protagonist in terms of wanting to capture them and burn them and kill them, but also he's done bad things. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is going to depend on your moral compass and ethical code. Mine's a little in the gray area, it's skewed, where sometimes I see things that are bad, but understand why it need to be done, and I don't necessarily think it's evil. But if someone thinks it's evil, I get why. But evil to me is relative. Mm-mm-mm. Fuji's agenda had him aligning with Luffy, so I can't even call him an antagonist. I get what you're saying, but yeah, let's address real stuff. But he had a bigger goal there, I think. So I always thought antagonist just meant that too. No, that's literally what it actually means. Antagonizing the protagonist. All it really means at the end of the day. I think people get too. I think people try to get too cute with the word. It just means someone opposing the protagonist. Because I saw a weird tweet yesterday where like someone was like on there like, I like mature shit and I like seinen because it's got anti villains and I can't remember the tweet verbatim and it's got protagonists as antagonists. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's a terrible sentence. I understand what you're trying to say. You're saying you like when your protagonist is kind of morally gray or not particularly a great person, so they can be seen as a bad person throughout the narrative or by the people reading the story. But you can't have a protagonist antagonist. Doesn't make any sense. Unless they got a split personality, one's good, one's bad, and the good I don't know, I guess, but that doesn't make sense. What you're speaking about is a kind of a character like a Light Yagami. Light Yagami's our protagonist because he's the titular character. He's the main character. That's the protagonist. Now he's trying to eliminate crime from the world or Japan or whatever. Sure, but is he a good person? He does very fucked up things and manipulates people and even uses love manipulation to get things he wants. So you're trying to say, that's the type of protagonist I like. I got what he was trying to say, but it was a really, really, really stupid ass tweet. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I was thought, yeah, and Idris Rosa, us being MCs. I'm glad I had my thoughts validated. Yes, you're good, man. Fuji's more undecided. I mean, he refused Akainu's order. Aaron peak antagonist. Aaron peak bozo. People just using buzzwords a lot when they're talking about stories. Yeah, exactly. You get it, Miles. You could have a good person. You could have a good person seen as bad. Luffy is kind of an anti-hero. Yeah, you can go with that because he's a pirate at the end of the day. But the one thing that with Luffy is that you never forget that while he could be selfish and stuff, he's not particularly a bad kid. Like he's like a good person deep down and likes to do the right things and help people and help the people important to him. So he's always going to come across as heroic heroic in that sense. So yeah, never know what they mean. Satan fans are the worst because they don't even know shit about stories, but try to act like the smartest in the room. That's a fact. A stupid tweet, yeah, nothing new. I mean, I wonder if I could find it. It was really dumb. You ever read something and you know what the person is trying to say, but you're like, wow, you completely fumbled on execution. that is that's how I took it. I think Vince quote tweeted it. See a dumb tweet, very unexpected. That never happens on the Bird app. On Twitter.com, that never happens. It was a really edgy tweet too. Like super edgy. I found it. Luffy is a tsundere hero. Tsundere. Aaron is a good character. The finale though, Misaka really. I'm not an Aaron fan. I'm not gonna have that fight today. If you like Aaron, you like Aaron, man. What did I just do? Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is the tweet. Very, very, very bad tweet. Heroes, optimism, brightness, positivity. trust, morality, friendship, bonds are concepts I absolutely hate. I prefer more mature concepts like anti-heroes, protagonists who are antagonists, genocide, depression, sadness, lose, not loss, lose, betrayal, PTSD, moral relativism, which I know you know what that means, and grayness. Hold on. It gets even more edgy. That's probably why I like seinen more than shonen, to be honest. It's just a demographic. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, no. A story being intended for adults, for kids, or for adults would obviously make a difference in any literal aspect. Like, bro, shut up, man. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a terrible tweet, but I know what he meant. Edgy and stupid. Anyways, Weak Hero. Oh, Weak Hero's cool. I'll have to catch back up to Weak Hero. It's been a really long time. Wait, yeah. You like the voices? That's my edgy voice. I like protagonists that are antagonists. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? But I if like again, I don't even know if that's a serious tweet or not. Like sometimes I see stuff like that, and I think people are trolling. I tend to try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like you gotta just be fucking with me, right? Like this is not real, or so like stuff like that. But um, if he's like 16, I understand, I guess. Because I had an edgy phase where I thought like darker, grittier stories were better, but no, like no. I grew out of that phase within a year or a year and a half. I didn't have a long edgy phase. No, 2 years. We'll say 2 years. We'll give it 2 years. We'll say like 15 to 17 was peak edgelord diet. Sane serial experiments, lanes, technolize, um, ergo proxy, psychological thrillers. That was my edgy peak. So, but the reason why I think these type of tweets are terrible and awful is because a lot of the greatest stories ever told were intended for children, or their target audience or demographic were not adults. It was a general audience and or children. I don't think people remember that fucking Avatar: The Last Bender is it's Nickelodeon. Did Korra end up diving into some more mature theme stuff? Yeah, because that was a little bit different. But the point is that that was a story intended for kids. Now, do they do the thing where they balance it well by having a little bit more of mature theming in there so that adults or people who are older can have a better time? Sure. You know what else does that? Fucking Disney movies. Like some people's favorite movies of all time are Disney movies. Disney movies target audience are children most of the time. So to say that the intended audience is what actually decides the content of maturity in a story to me is false. I think sometimes when something is rated R or X or seinen, or you give them like the leeway to be adult like, they just become juvenile. They just throw in a bunch of drugs, sex, um gore, and be like, you see, it's adult. And I'm like, this is juvenile. You had the freedom to actually kind of portray what you want, and you slapped a bunch of titties in there and drugs and abuse. I don't i don't think that's required, and I think you could do a lot with the limitations. I'm gonna give you a One Piece example that I think is very good in a second. But yeah, what a loser. You sound like a character from Harvester. Well, the ASMR streams, licking Twitch streamers are gonna be down with those fingers. The cult dude, if I remember correctly, if I ever have an edgy face, I don't know if I ever had an edgy series. I did. I had one for sure. Maybe when I watched Atro. Series Friends Lane was trash in my opinion. I just couldn't get into it. I think as an older person, I think Serial Experience Lane is very fake deep. It's pseudo deep in my opinion. If you have an edgy phase, just watch Mirai Nikki. You will grow out of it immediately. Is Mirai Nikki Future Diary with the phones? I like that. I actually like that. I actually like that anime and manga. This is some good content. Edgy face, cringe is to look. But I know I hate my edgy face so much. Is that Edge? That guy just sounded like a dumbass. I don't know. Maybe you're right. The Odyssey 2, yep. Lion King, go Disney movie. Princess Mononoke, great movie. General Odyssey equals money, yep. Disney movies went hard. Toy Story lit 2. Gargoyles is Disney. Hella good and dark. I don't know about relationships. I think Evangelion was shown and it was beautiful. You just described Euphoria. Euphoria is pseudo deep. I like Miraniki. A great writer can do a wholesome story that's far more mature than an average edgy story, but their writing is more mature than the simple. You're right, exactly. Trust and Neon Genesis is fake too. I think Neon Genesis has some good themes, but some of the things he's trying to explore is not great. Um, what was I supposed to circle back to? At a point, I forgot I was going to circle back to. I don't remember. Sorry, guys. I still wrote it down. I don't remember what I was talking about earlier. I paused to read the comments, and I was talking about something. But again, yeah, I think your level of you see, if I do it, unfortunately, I think I just need to make another channel for other nerd stuff that's not like this realm. Or I have no problem coming to Twitch and talking about Mistborn and Stormlight, Way of Kings, and all that stuff. And some other things like I like um some other fantasy series. There's actually a French one I used to read called Les Chevaliers Emeraude, the Knights of Emerald, but I haven't actually finished that. And I did read Dune recently. So like I do want a place to talk about it, but I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to fuck with my channel's algorithm even more. I'm trying to have it bleed into having a more web 2 algorithm so it can help me out. That's actually part of the reason why I took One Piece off of the channel too. I was disinterested. I hadn't been interested in it. I don't have the energy to live react to One Piece every week. I have One Piece videos I want to make, but I think I just need a channel for that. I'm gonna have to just make another one. I'm giving myself too much work though. It's a problem. But yeah, I would love to talk about it. Honestly, I would, especially with some of my friends like Vince and stuff starting to read these type of stories. So that'll be really good. But I just need to find the time in the day. That's the problem. I do too much. Even Evangelion is very amateur and groundbreaking. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me, honestly. Future Diary made me so mad, but the difference in the series and the manga was way worse. I don't even remember if there's a difference in the manga and anime. I know in my head the manga's what sticks in my craw, but I know I watched it too though. It'd be fun to talk about novels and other stuff too. I mean, I even just want to come and talk about comic books. That's something I want to talk about a lot more often too. But at the end of the day, the interest is the interest. People care when it comes to me. People care about me speaking about Tower God, One Piece, Kubera, right? That's the things they care about the most. So it is what it is. I don't mind, but that's why I appreciate Twitch at the very least. Twitch I get to come and deviate from the content I have to do on my channel. Speaking of which, I didn't put out today's video, did I? I didn't put out today's Tower God video. Oh shit. You know what? I'll just put it out at noon. Fuck it. Yeah, put out at noon. I didn't put it out. I forgot to schedule it for like 10. But yeah, was the Twitter comment you were talking about before I went to my own comments? I don't remember. Personally, dark humor is the best and hits more than just dark. What do you mean by the Twitter comment? I don't even know. I'm lost. My bad. I was in my own world for a second. I was thinking of something. But yeah, again, I still rank for your diary characters. I don't remember them, bro. There was the girl and the main character, and you know what I'm saying. Not the difference, but autocorrect. I'm talking about the mangaka. Wait, the mangaka's other manga was. Oh, was it really? Okay. Oh, that tweet was just a tweet that I saw. But like, I've always believed this since reading stuff like The Boys. I think The Boys TV show is a lot better. I've been reading stuff like The Boys and certain stuff like. Did you guys see? I didn't watch Sausage Party, but I've seen like some scenes. To me, that's what happens when you give somebody immature the free reign to make a mature story. And I think that some of the greatest storytelling. Oh, I remember now. What I was gonna say was in One Piece, when Luffy is shown the mark of the ten wow, the celestial the hoof of something something. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it's called. The celestial dragon's mark. By the reaction that Marigold, Sandersonia, and Boa Hancock have, and by the way that they acted throughout the story, and the face of trauma they make and say that the first man that they ever met did like unspeakable evil to them without you having to actually visually show me and tell me what happens, I know what went on. And that to me is how it's working outside of your limitations to storytell. So I know the atrocities that they had to face upcoming up in that environment with the celestial dragons. They were obviously probably forced to do very messed up things. Okay, and to me, that's working around your limitations. And I think some of the better stories, when they want to have something a little darker or more mature, they find a way to implement it in such a fashion, even if it's implicit. It actually reminds me of old video games. Some of the greatest mechanics and some of the greatest workarounds happen because of the hardware limitations that like companies had back in the day on a mere cartridge. That's why we had areas we would backtrack in. That's why you'd have enemy variety be simple, but you would just change the color from a blue slime to a red slime, and now red slime stronger than blue slime, or red slime is fire elemental, blue slime is ice water elemental. Sometimes when you're limited, it's when you get creative and you think outside the box, that's what actually causes you to make really dope content. Mike, I think sometimes giving them the free reign to do what they want limits their creativity, and you create shit like Sausage Party, like The Boys. Garth Ennis is somebody who needs an editor and someone to tell him, no, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. Because that comic is one of the worst comics I've ever read. And I actually think by toning down the fuckery, the show actually does a much better job in its own right. So yeah, I I seen a sausage party. Sausage party was weird. I didn't enjoy it. Have you ever watched Legend of Galactic Hero? No, I'm not gonna. It's too long. The implication it's not gonna do it, bro. I'm sorry. I know that's what I I I don't think that's true. I think one day if I just have like a really long time to do it, I'll get to it because that's one of those like legendary series along with Trigun that even me, my old ass, about to be 29 soon, has not experienced yet. But right now, I cannot be. I do not have the time, effort, or patience to sit through all those episodes. Implications were there, and I like that. It makes me more creative. Exactly. Often, imagination is worse than anything shown. How characters deal with events and how they plays out shows the maturity of the writer. I agree. They're in a corner. Some people work better there. FFT Advance was lit. Tactics. Yeah, and how it affects people. Too many options can hurt the story. I can see understand that. Yeah, paradox of choice too sometimes, right? Where it's just like, oh, I can do all these things, blah blah. But sometimes where it's like, hey, you can't do this, and it's like I want to do that, but how can I do that without really doing it? You know, like even with like even I don't even know if you know what some of these Cal Arts productions and even Legend of Korra, to sneak in them holding hands and walking into the spirit realm is a very mild, subtle, like, ooh, lesbianism. But even something as small as that permeates and was a long way. But that was snuck in there. They snuck that in. So, bonjour, mon coeur. Right? So, like, it's you have to kind of think about it in that facet. But but yeah, but I will always be a believer that just because your target audience is supposed to be older does not necessarily mean you're going to create a better, more mature narrative, because I do think that you can go crazy, you can miss the mark, and or some people, some content creators or some creative teams are not mature enough to handle the free reign to depict stuff like drug abuse and trauma and stuff like that. They have a very juvenile look of it. And I don't like that a lot of the times. It'd be annoying. Because I think that some of the seinen series that people hold in really high regard do that, had that problem. Now, I'm not a seinen hater. I don't hate against seinen. I just think seinen fans are annoying. Like things said earlier, like Katie said earlier. I'm like, they just get on their like highest chair of organization 13 and start talking about storytelling and darkness and grittiness, and I'm like, shut up. You don't know shit about nothing. You guys still use terms like plot armor. Like I'm not trying to take y'all seriously. Like don't talk to me. But it's not. It's also never lost to me that this is like this is kind of my forte and specialty. Like, listen, everyone has things they're good at, things that they're bad at. Academically, this is what I excelled at school. You know, deconstruction of narratives and text. I excelled at critical thinking and analysis. So I was good in psychology, philosophy, writer's craft, mysteries, English, film, media studies, Media studies is a class where I learned about rhetorical fallacies, so ad hominem and all that stuff. I wasn't great at math though. Like I'm terrible at math. I'm not really good at geography. History is interesting, but I have to have a good teacher, or I have to really care about the historical event for me to care about stuff, But yeah, and like I'm athletic, but like I'm not good at physics. Like there's just certain things I'm not good at. And I think some people always want to seem like they're very smart and truly understand the minutia and all the mechanisms and moving parts of storytelling and writing, having never truly experienced them themselves. I have published works. I have published articles. Um I have written, I have edited, I have proofread, I have followed and shadowed people who have worked on movies and saw what they did as a background animator, as a character animator. One of my friends worked on a Netflix movie called I think it's called Next Gen, with this girl with like a robot. She has like purple hair. You know, I've followed this guy named Addy. He got published comics and stuff too, and I've seen the actual process, and I've taken the time and I've studied it. So like the doorbell just rang, so give me a second. But like, yeah, this is kind of like my thing. So when I kind of see people tweet stuff like that, it does rub me the wrong way, because not only does it kind of insult my intelligence, because that's kind of what I did in post secondary and stuff. I'm like, it's okay to not be great at understanding stories and storytelling, and you just like shit. It's okay. Give me a sec. I think that was a gift from Babe. But yeah. But anyways, I'll wrap this up. Eat some food, get some editing done. Um, yeah, Kid stock hasn't risen for me. I like Law a lot more. Big Mom is still a scary big ass bitch with a really cool power set. She was beaten in a more of a ring out sense, and I think the environment and the geography of the place gave them a little. I think Law, what he did was smart though, to kind of get rid of her. So she lost, but I don't know. Depending on what state she's in when I see her, is she unconscious? Can she not move? Is she tired? She get back up? It'll tell me a lot of how I really feel about it, and we'll see what happens with Mononosuke, Jusina, and stuff. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for coming through. I probably can't stream tomorrow. I'll be a little busy. I got some stuff to do. But Batman has the most known DC family so far. No, so far to no bonds. I'm not a Batman guy like that. Anyways, y'all be safe.